Hey guys, we are back with some more of Wolfsburg Wolves franchise mode, and in this one, we're doing an entire year here, as we're doing the same thing with the Edmonton Oilers. We're trying to get as much done before September rolls around, and around that point is obviously when NHL 20 is coming out. So there will be, including this one, 2 more videos left of the Wolfsburg Wolves. So we'll get through year 14, which is this year, and then year 15 in the next episode, which will be on Thursday. And the reason for this is because I want to do an entire week of Diamondbacks episodes before NHL 20 comes out. So that'll be the entire first week of September. Just do a Diamondbacks marathon, just so that we can get that moving a little bit, because we're only at the start of year number 4 at the moment. And obviously once NHL 20 is a go, then MLB might be taking a little bit of a backseat, at least for the first couple of weeks of NHL 20. So we're going to get a full week of MLB content out for you guys for the first week of September. But for right now, let's enjoy the last few days here of NHL 19. Before we start the regular season, we're going to go through the lines real quick, because we have updated the power plays, penalty kill, stuff like that. First line, Mayer, Aho, and Homer. Second line, Niederberger, Weiss, and McLeod. Third line, Zanetti, Albrecht, and Beck. Fourth line, Hensick, Stahlberg, and Goddard. And defensively, Kuleshov with Emerson, Bohinski with Ludman, and Lindholm with Provorov. Power play, Niederberger, Aho, and Mayer with Beck and Kuleshov on the point. And then is Homer, McLeod, and Zanetti with Bohinski and Weiss. And then the 4-man power play is basically the same. Penalty kill, Weiss and Beck with Provorov and Emerson. And then Aho and Mayer with Lindholm and Ludman. Now as for Beck, why is he on the penalty kill? Well, you take a look at his takeaway to giveaway ratio. 80 to 39 last year. It appears we may have another takeaway master on our hands, so we want to try him out on the penalty kill for sure. And the 4-on-4, Aho, Mayer, Kuleshov, and Emerson. And then we have McLeod, Niederberger, Bohinski, and Ludman. And then Albrecht and Homer with Lindholm and Provorov. 3-on-3, Aho, Mayer, and Bohinski, McLeod, Niederberger, and Kuleshov. And then Albrecht, Homer, and Provorov. Extra attackers, Aho and Weiss. Shootout is Niederberger, Mayer, Albrecht, Aho, and Beck. In goal, we have Kalle Rodin and Denis Papin. And scratched are Matt Ho, Tyson Jost, and Jussi Saros. That's a bit of a rough one. Todd Mayer, injured with a sore foot until December 3rd. I believe that's only a week away from now, so it's not too long. But gonna have to get someone in there on the first line. Well, here are the new lines. Niederberger's up there on the first line now. Zanetti moved up to the second line with Weiss and McLeod. Goddard back up to the third line with Jost inserted in the fourth line center. Stahlberg back to the wing. The takeaway master is back, but I think we're going to leave Jost in there because in the past 2 games, he's had a 60% on faceoffs. So I want to see if that stays consistent. Stahlberg's only had 2 points so far, and he's at a 47.25 faceoffs. So we're going to take Stahlberg out and put the takeaway master back in. And other than Jost, the lines are back to the way they were. Okay, so we are roughly at the halfway point. In October, we went 6-3-0. In November, we went 8-4-2. And in December, we went 9-5-0. So we're currently first in our division, 48 points, 23-12-2 is our overall record. Pretty good spot at the moment. Just stay consistent. That's all I really ask. Let's check out the team stats and the player stats for the halfway point, and then, presuming all is good, we'll make our way to the trade deadline, and then the end of the season, then we'll start the playoffs. So, goals for per game, we're actually almost last in our division with a 2.68, but the good news is that we are almost first in our division for goals against per game. We're 2.38. So, our defense is definitely still good. Wish our offense would be better, but that's not really anything new with this team. We know this team isn't going to be the best offensive powerhouse team you ever seen in the regular season, because it's obviously built for the postseason. And unfortunately, as a result of our lower scoring, our power play is also kind of low scoring as well. 18.7, it's not terrible, but it definitely could be a lot better. And now our penalty kill is something we should probably look at, given that defense is our strength. We are at a 78.3 on 115 opportunities. we should definitely look at the penalty kill. We are 6-4 in our last 10. At home, we're actually 9-10-2, so not making the fans of Germany too happy, but away, we are 14-2. So that's some good news, but we definitely have to take a look at our penalty kill. While we're at it, we'll take a look at the players' stats. Aho with 33 points, Sean Beck with 26 points, Mayer with 24, Homer and Kuleshov with 22, Niederberger and McLeod with 18, Weiss and Albrecht with 17, Zanetti with 14, Goddard with 13, Bohinski with 11, Emerson with 11, Jost with 9, Hensick with 9, Provorov with 7, Ludman with 3, now Lindholm with 3, Stahlberg with 2, Ho hasn't played. Faceoffs, Aho at a 53.9, Jost at a 51.6, Weiss at a 50 flat, and McLeod doesn't take faceoffs normally, but Albrecht at a 45.5, that's a bit rough. Aho leads in the hitting department with 72 blocks, Ludman leads with 50 for defensemen, and Beck leads for forwards with 16. And yes, indeed, it looks like we have another takeaway master on our hands here. Sean Beck, 52-25 so far is the takeaway to giveaway ratio for him, 61-23 for Top Mayer, and Cam Weiss, very unusual for him, 25-31. Yeah, Cam Weiss, he's been a bit brutal as of late. With the, even the takeaway giveaway ratio, you see why that's unusual for him. He usually has double the amount of takeaways that he has giveaways, but for some reason, he is just not on his game, it looks like, this year so far. We're going to definitely have to get him going. And goaltenders, Kyle Rodin with a .921 save percentage. Denis Papin doing pretty well so far in his career with a .918 save percentage. Not too much to complain about there. But what we are going to take a closer look at for sure is the takeaway to giveaway ratio stuff. So Mayer and Beck, they're fine. Obviously, Niederberger is okay. Weiss is, again, unusually off for what he normally is. Hansick is pretty good. Aho could be better. McLeod is good. Goddard, very good, so maybe we think about putting Goddard on the penalty kill. Stahlberg at a 11-7, skipped over Zanetti. Zanetti's a 12-18. Homer, 11-26, a bit brutal for him. Albrecht, 11-16. Jost, 9-6. And then defenseman, Kuleshov's good. Bohinski could be a bit better. Emerson, for a defensive defenseman, that's not too bad. Provorov could be a lot better for sure, 35-8. That is brutal. Ludman, 33-11, and then Lindholm, 21-8. So maybe we think about putting Kuleshov on the penalty kill as well, since his giveaway to takeaway ratio isn't actually that bad, especially for a defenseman. You know what I think will help get Weiss going? I think we have to put the takeaway master, the true takeaway master, Todd Mayer, on his wing, so that maybe he gets going again, playing with the other takeaway veteran on this team, and have Beck with Aho down here. And we'll flip the defensive pairs a little bit. I think we'll put Ludman with Provorov and then Emerson with Lindholm. Just a little switch up here. Nothing too crazy. Just going to see what happens with these lines. Having the takeaway master Todd Mayer on the first line as well. That should help things out. But other than the penalty kill and Cam Weiss, I don't really have too many concerns, so we're going to keep going along in the simulation. Ooh, Tim Bohinski injured with a sprained ankle till February 8th. I believe that's only a week from now. So we will just simply replace him with Provorov. Pretty easy switch there. 87 overall. And we'll get Matt Ho, coincidentally, another offensive defenseman in there. Rookie offensive defenseman. Getting in there for the first time. We'll see what he is about with Lindholm. And he's back. Let's see what Matt Ho did. Not much. -1 in 2 games played. We'll get him out in favor of Mr. Tim Bohinski. And we'll get him back where he originally was. Matthias Albrecht, injured with a strained hamstring till February 19th. And again, I believe that is only a week from now, so it's not too big of an injury. We can put Jost up here on the third line, and now we can fill in, for the first time in a little bit, Fredrik Stahlberg. And Albrecht's back. Get him back in the lineup. So, a couple of days before the trade deadline, we're going to take a quick look at the stats. In January, we went 9-1-2. And in February, we went 9-4, and we're currently on a 7-game winning streak. Goals for per game, we are at a 2.94, so that's up from when we last checked, and a goals against per game of 2.29. So that is down from when we last checked. Everything seems to be trending in the right direction, Power play is at a 23.2. That is, once again, up from when we last checked. And penalty kill up from when we last checked at an 80.9. So everything seems to be really working on all cylinders here. Let's check out the player stats. Jorg Aho with 54 points. Mayer with 48. Beck with 45. Weiss with 42, so he picked it up scoring-wise. Niederberger, 41. Homer, 37. McLeod, 36. Kuleshov, 34. Zanetti, 27. Goddard, 25. Bohinski, 24. Albrecht, 24. Jost, 19. Hansik with 17. Emerson with 14. Provorov with 10. Ludman with 8. Lindholm with 4. Stahlberg with 2. Ho with nothing in 2 games played. Faceoffs, Aho with 55.5. Weiss with a 50.6. Jost with a 49.5. Stahlberg with a 48.6. And Albrecht with a 46.9. That's up from when we last checked. Leading hits is, of course, none other than Jorg Aho. And leading blocks is Tommy Ludman, still with 80. And leading forwards is Cam Weiss now with 26. Takeaways to giveaways, this will be interesting. So Todd Mayer and Sean Beck continue to dominate here once again. Todd Mayer with 103 to 40, and Sean Beck with 82 to 42. So it appears we do indeed have yet another takeaway master, or takeaway artist, I should say, in Sean Beck. Now, the good news, Cam Weiss seems to have gotten a lot better since we last checked. He's at a 46 to 48 now, so that's almost even. Remember, that was not even when we last checked. It was actually pretty far from even, so he's definitely been playing a lot better. Jorg Aho is at a 38 to 39. McLeod pretty good at a 37 to 28. 35 to 42 for Niederberger. 28 to 26 for Hansik. Kuleshov 28 to 51. 25 to 19 for Goddard. 24 to 30 for Zanetti. 23 to 12 for Jost. 23 to 42 for Homer. 19 to 50 for Provorov. 19 to 31 for Albrecht. 18 to 53 for Ludman. 14 to 38 for Lindholm, 14 to 61 for Emerson, 14 to 45 for Bohinski, 11 to 8 for Stahlberg, 0 to 1 for Matt Ho. And Kalle Rodin with a 922 save percentage, 6 shutouts, and a 934 for Danny Papin. So Danny Papin has been very solid so far as a backup goaltender in the NHL. And overall standings update, we are currently first in our division. We're 41, 17, and 4. Not much of a reason to make a trade here, I don't think. And let's just go the rest of the regular season. I'll see you guys at the end of the regular season for year number 14. And wow, the Bears are terrible. Pretty much the opposite of the Wolfsburg Wolves. 14, 41, and 7. My goodness. Garrett Goddard injured with a sore knee until March 26th. I don't believe that's too far off from now, and luckily that's only a 4th liner, so we will get Frederick Stahlberg back in there. You know what? Garrett Goddard is back, but we're in the gritty kind of the season now, so we're going to leave Frederick Stahlberg in there with Jost and Hansik. Well, there goes Alvin Hansik with a concussion until May 13th. That's the first major injury we've had all year, so we are going to have to get him out of there and put Garrett Goddard right back in there on the 4th line. So, end of the season here, and we had a bit rough of an end to the season. We went 10-10 post-trade deadline, but we still managed to clinch our conference. Not the President's Trophy, but that's fine. We don't need any President's Trophies. We've gotten them in the past. We are looking for the Stanley Cup. So, as we go into the team stats and player stats, let's see what we look like going into the playoffs here. Goals for per game, we are at a 2.84. Goals against per game, that has gone up a little bit since we last checked, 2.41. Power play, 22.6. And the penalty kill, around an 80.7. So that the penalty kill and the power play have been consistent. It's just, I guess, the even strength lines that took a bit of a hit. Maybe because of all those injuries towards the end of the season. Aho with 67 points, 38 goals. Mayer with 59. Weiss and Beck with 56, Niederberger with 52, McLeod with 49, Homer with 45, Kuleshov with 44, Zanetti with 32, Bohinski with 31, Goddard with 31, Jost with 28, Albrecht with 27, Hansik with 20, Emerson with 16, Provorov with 12, Ludman with 9, Lindholm with 8, Stahlberg with 5, Ho with nothing in 2 games. Faceoffs, Aho with a 55.2, Weiss with a 52.3, Jost with a 50.7, Albrecht with a 49.3, and Stahlberg with a 47.7. Leading the hit category is, of course, none other than Yorgaho. Leading blocks, Tommy Ludman with 102, and leading forwards is Sean Beck with 32. Takeaways to giveaways, the usual suspects, Mayer, Beck, both doing fantastic. Beck with over 100 takeaways this season. That is phenomenal. And Kem Weiss, 56 to 60. A bit of an off year for him for sure, but he did end up getting a fair amount of points than what we're used to seeing from him. He's usually around the 40 to 50 point mark, but he had a 56 point season this year, and that is comparable to the season he had a few seasons ago with 55 points. And he was a little bit better as far as his plus minus goes this year, so maybe getting someone like Ken Emerson really helped in free agency, but what certainly didn't help Ken Weiss's value this year was his takeaway to giveaway ratio, which was unusually not there for him. And goaltenders, Calle Rodin finishes the season with a .921, and Danny Papin finishes with a .919 in 25 games. So here we go. We are in the playoffs now versus the Vegas Golden Knights, so we're going to be checking out their lines. First line, Caden Tucker, Alexander Barkov, 82 overall, and Elijah Wheel. Second line, Jackson Wall with Sammy Blais and Russell Hennessy. So quite a different lineup than what we're used to here with the Vegas Golden Knights. Stanislav Kapitanov with Anthony Cirelli and Marcus Chubasov. And the fourth line, Maxim Maimon with Anthony Ling and Nicholas Bogosian. Defensively, Rob Volsky and Harrison Connor. Louis Ouellette and Shea Theodore. Raimo Harakala with Chance Urquhart. And in goal, they have Yuri Artukin and Maxim Rive. So definitely a much different Vegas Golden Knights team than what we've seen before. Manuel Andrus and Maxim Kakovic, I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce that, are a scratch for the Vegas Golden Knights. So we're going to get right into it here, not wasting any time. And our usual rule of commentating the 5th, 6th, or 7th game overtime does not apply here since this is a very long episode. I have to save my voice as much as possible. So we are only going to be commentating elimination game overtimes specifically. So here we go. Game number 1 in Wolfsburg. First period, nothing doing. I will take it. 9 shots to 9. We are even. Second period, nothing doing once again. They had a lot more shots in that period, though. 26 shots to 18. So as we go into the third period, let's hope we can get something done here, because I'd prefer to go up 1-0. That'd be nice. Power play, nothing doing. Power play for Vegas, nothing doing as well. Good kill. Come on, boys. Another power play for Vegas. Good kill. And there's a goal by Hennessy on Rodin from the point. With 5 minutes remaining, can we do something? Can we get a goal? No, we can't. Ouellette with the empty netter, and Cirelli one more for good measure on Rodin. We lose 3-0 in game number 1. That is unfortunate. Rodin, the second star of the game. So Rodin put in a solid performance. The rest of his team, not so much, at least offensively. So we definitely have got to score a goal here against the Vegas Golden Knights in this game number 2. Otherwise, we are not looking good in this series, especially with how weak overall their defense seemed. And that combined with their seemingly weak goaltender. So far, they are proving that they are not weak defensively, because they shut us out in that game. I mean, their highest overall defenseman is an 82 Connor, and then their goaltender is an 82 overall as well. So you would think, maybe they'd be weaker defensively, but they definitely show that they are at the very least poised and can hold on to a lead. So we have to take them seriously here in this game number 2. So first period, and that'll be a goal by Maddox Homer. There you go. Second period, nothing doing. I'll take it. Maddox Homer remains the game winner so far. 24 shots to 21 in favor of your Wolfsburg Wolves, and we are leading 1-0 on the score sheets. But a power play for Vegas goes nowhere. Halfway through the period now, can we do something? Come on, Wolfsburg. Come on. Oh man, is this going to be another series like what happened with? I'm not going to say it yet, just in case, because something different can always happen, and I'll probably end up jinxing something if I say anything more. So the 3 stars of the game: Homer, Artukin, and Calle Rodin with the shutout. And this has defensive series written all over it. because Maddox Homer's goal ended up being the only one of that game. And it looked like that game number 1 was also going to be a 1-goal game up until the very last minute when they decided to score 2. So here we go. Game number 3 in Vegas now. Let's see if there is a bit different of a vibe here in Vegas. Will it be an offensive sort of game here? First period. And it appears to be so for the Vegas Golden Knights. Sammy Blais and Anthony Cirelli with the goals on Rodin in the first period. Shots are 11-9 in favor of Vegas. Second period, there you go. All right, we got 1 goal, but they also got a goal. Wheel on Rodin makes it 3-0, but then Ludman with a goal on Artukin makes it 3-1. Going into the third now, shots are 21-20 in favor of your Wolfsburg Wolves, but the Vegas Golden Knights get another one by Wheel on Rodin, and it is now 4-1, 5-1. Mayman makes it 5-1. And it is not looking good in this game. No, sir. Tom Mayer with the goal. But too little too late. Way too little too late for your Wolfsburg Wolves. We lose this one 5-2. And it appears my hunch was right. This was an offensive game, but not in our favor. Yeah, that was brutal. Come on, boys. They barely squeaked in the playoffs. They're 35-7 on the regular season. We're 51-27-4. We have the playoff experience over them. We have never been eliminated in the first round, and I probably just jinxed it right there. So I'm going to just stop talking, and we're going to simulate until we know for sure who the winner of this series is. First period, and that'll be a goal for Sebastian Niederberger. Erpunktet Sebastian Niederberger. Haven't had the chance to do that until now. And second period. All right, Erpunktet Yorgaho. There it is again. But then Caden Tucker and Hennessy for the Vegas Golden Knights on Rodin makes it 2-2. Going into the third period. Come on, boys. We need this one. We absolutely need this one. Power play for Vegas goes nowhere. Come on, Wolfsburg. Power play for us goes nowhere as well. Yep. Another power play. Come on. Convert the... But Erpunktet, Matthias Albrecht, the Germans are coming out. Aaron Zanetti. Let's go. So Hennessy scores shorthanded, but then the German Albrecht gets us tied, and Zanetti has the game winner. We win 4-3. There you go. That is more like it. 3 stars of the game are Mayer, Hennessy, and Zanetti. Game number 5 now on home ice in Germany. Let's give them a show here in favor of your Wolfsburg Wolves. First period, and oh my. The tides of the series have turned. Now it is not defense, but it is offense that is dominating this series. Yorgaho, Erpunktet with the goal, and then Tim Bohinski with the goal. But then Vegas with 3 straight goals, 2 by Wheel, and then 1 by Mayman on Rodin. Makes it 3-2 after 1. Second period. Oh my, yep, this is an offensive series now. So Erpunktet, Yorgaho, and then Wall with 2 goals, and then Erpunktet, Sebastian Niederberger with the goal on Artukin. So 5-4 is the score going into the third period in favor of the Vegas Golden Knights. But we only have 20 shots and we have 4 goals. They have 28 shots and 5 goals. So, and they're leading where it counts. So we need to get some more shots on net because it's clear that the goaltending in this game is not up to par. So let's take advantage of that. Come on, boys. Third period is underway. Vegas getting some shots on net. And Shea Theodore with a goal too. My goodness, this is just, yeah. Ever since that first game in Vegas, this series has turned into an offensive series. Those first 2 games were defensive, and now the next 3 games after that, pure offense. And the Vegas Golden Knights will take this one 6-4, and we are at risk of being eliminated for the first time in the first round ever. 3 stars of the game, Aho, Wall, and Niederberger. So, yep, we lost game number 1, won game number 2, lost game number 3, won game number 4, lost game number 5. I'm not liking this pattern. Because if it continues, that means we lose game 7. But let's get to a game 7 before we even consider that. So we're definitely going to have to win game number 6 here. And I'm not sure if I want to change any lines just because this series has kind of been all over the place. But at the same time, I kind of do. I kind of do want to change some lines here. We'll get Provorov up with Ludman and then Bohinski with Lindholm. And as far as forwards go, We don't have the option of taking one of these guys out because Hansik's injured right now. So maybe we switch up one of these guys. But Mayer has 8 points right now. I don't want to mess with that first line at all. McLeod's done nothing so far. That second line could definitely be better. So, you know what? I'm going to get the German Albrecht up here with his fellow countryman Niederberger. What's Beck done? 2 assists. Zanetti, 2 goals, or 2 points. Yeah, that's going to have to do. Let's check out the power play and the penalty kill stats. We have a long history of not being eliminated in the first round. I do not want it to end now. So, goals for per game, we are sitting at a 2.2. Goals against per game, we are sitting at a 3.4. Not good. Power play has actually been clicking according to this. We are at a 21.4 on 14 opportunities. Penalty kill hour has not been clicking. 76.2. Great. So let's change up our penalty kill a little bit then. I think Cam Weiss is going to go down on the second line with Sean Beck, and then we'll have Aho and Mayer on the first line. And then I think instead of Provorov, I'll have Emerson up here. And we'll do the same thing for the 3-man penalty kill. And that'll be it. I don't want to go too crazy with the changes, but we needed to do something. Because the way this series has been going, it's not in our favor. Alright, here we go. Game number 6. We need this one. The first period. Alright, I'll take it. Goal by Wheel. He has been a pain in our side during this series. But Todd Mayer with a goal on Artukin. Second period. Alright, I'll definitely take that. Kulishov with the goal on Artukin. And Erpunktet Yorgaho with the goal on Artukin. And Wheel again with another goal. My goodness, Wheel and Wall have been tremendous for the Vegas Golden Knights in this series. Here we go. Third period. And there it is. Immediate goal by Aaron Zanetti on Artukin. But then another goal right afterward by Shea Theodore. Come on, boys. Come on, Wolves. Get me something here in this third period to be excited about. We only have a 1-goal lead. That's not exactly exciting, especially against the Golden Knights. Come on, hold it. Hold it. Please. Okay, we're going to 7. Let's go. Alright, 3 stars of the game. Homer, Wheel, and Mayer. Alright, we're not making any line changes. It all comes down to this. Our history of never being eliminated in the first round is on the line. We are used to Game 7s. We are a veteran team. We have the better team on paper, but we all know on paper doesn't matter because the game has to actually be played. So here we go. Game number 7. If we go to overtime, we're definitely going into it to do a commentary overtime period, and we are watching the whole game in real time. And there's a goal. Wheel on Rodin. Yep. Wheel has been a thorn in our side during this series. Come on, Wolfsburg. Get me something. We only have 2 shots on the net right now. Now we're up to 4, but still nothing on the score sheet. Come on. And that is the end of the first period. Come on, boys. We need more shots on net. Only 5 shots on net. That's embarrassing. Come on. Especially against that defense and goaltender. Come on, boys. Connor on Rodin. No, don't do this. Not like this. Not like this. Power play. 5-on-3. Oh my goodness. Not looking good. Get one before the end of the second, please. Not looking good. Well, this might be it. Come on, boys. Make it a good period. Please. Put up a fight. Put up a fight of some sort. There it is. Erpunktet, Sebastian Niederberger. Get me one more at least. One more at least. Preferably 2. Power play. We'll start with 1 though. Come on. One more. No, not for the Barkov on Rodin. Yep. Not looking good. Yep, we're out. We are, for the first time, out in the first round. It took about roughly 8 years of consistently making the playoffs to do it. But someone finally managed to get us out in the first round in the Vegas Golden Knights. Oh my goodness. That's a terrible way to end year 14. I'm sorry, boys. I thought this team was going to be better, but apparently not. Apparently not. Todd Mayer was phenomenal in this series at 11 points. He was definitely a catalyst for us, but the rest of our team just wasn't good enough. And we have one more year left. We have 1 year left. We gotta make it happen in year 15. And I guess I'll go through the stats here, just so that we can extend the time on the video a little bit, and so it's not obvious that we lost in the first round, just by looking at the timestamp. But yeah, pretty rough playoffs for us for sure. I mean, Niederberger and Mayer, they had a phenomenal playoffs. Aho did all right. Same thing for Homer, 5 points each. And then Zanetti, Kuleshov, Beck, and Weiss all with 3 points. Bohinski with 2. Albrecht with 2. Ludman with 1. Lindholm with 1. Provorov with 1. Hansik and Ho didn't play. Jostin, Emerson, and McLeod, and Goddard, and Stahlberg all with no points. That's the problem, I think, was that second line. Mainly, I think the inexperience of McLeod definitely played a factor. And on the faceoff dot, Aho won 62%, Weiss won 61%, Jost won 59%, Albrecht won 53%. So possession time wasn't even a problem for us. It was putting the puck in the net. Putting the puck in the net and holding the lead. That was definitely the problem for us in this series. And physically, we were all right. We had a ton of guys who were at least a hit per game. Goddard, Jost, Stahlberg, Emerson, Provorov, Zanetti, Aho, Weiss, Homer. And then blocks. Provorov led the way with 14. Takeaways to giveaways. Mayer, I expect no less of him at this point. 14-6. And everyone else just, yeah. It was a pretty rough series all around. And again, we won most of our faceoffs, so possession wasn't necessarily our problem. Or it wasn't trying to get possession that was the problem. It was, I think, maintaining possession. That was the problem against the Vegas Golden Knights. And that is kind of unacceptable, especially with how weak at least their defense seemed on paper. And Calle Rodin definitely didn't help things out here in this playoff series. He did very well last year, but it doesn't appear like he's too consistent, at least not right now, because he did great in the regular season as well. It's just we couldn't defend for our lives in this series. .897 save percentage in 7 games. That's a bit rough. And the team stats, let's see where we need to improve for year number 15. And we had 2.29 goals for per game and a goals against per game. It was just a rough series all around. Power play 16%. Penalty kill 72.4. Yeah, it was just brutal. It was brutal. So with that, I'll end it off here. And in the next one, we will start our last season with the Wolfsburg Wolves in NHL 19. Maybe we'll have another GMO with them at some point in the future. But for right now, this is it. So I'll see you guys in the next one. And remember, the next episode will be on Thursday, this upcoming Thursday, instead of next Tuesday, because we are once again going to have a marathon of Diamondbacks episodes coming up for the first week of September, meaning the week before NHL 20 launches, and that'll be about it. So I'll end this one off here, and in the next one, we'll go through the last year of Wolfsburg Wolves hockey. See you guys then.